Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, Turbo is gonna be poking me. Turbo, I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me. Turb, what do you want? I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me, just talking about some new things, talking about new products. I'm trying the new NARS foundation, which, hello. Some new Dose of Colors products and some other stuff. So I'm just gonna be doing like a chatty get ready with me, sharing some things that are going on right now, some updates and whatnot. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start by priming. I'm using the Lancome Hydra Glow Illuminating Makeup Primer. I love to illuminate. So a lot of people have been asking me if I changed anything like in my skincare. And I have. I changed a big thing in my skincare actually. So for those of you that don't know, I've been taking spironolactone for the past like, oh my God, it's been a really long time, like 4 years. And that was a medication that I started taking because I was getting like really bad hormonal breakouts, which I don't even know what hormonal means. Like when doctors say that or dermatologists, it's like it's hormonal, like what? So I started taking it because I was like getting it like here, and it was like the under the skin like breakouts that really just hurt, and they were frustrating. It was really frustrating. I feel like it really made me like not confident anymore, and I just was like a kind of bitter person when I was experiencing this. Finally, I had a dermatologist that prescribed it to me. I don't remember exactly how long it took for me to start seeing results, but once I started seeing results, I was like, oh my gosh, this stuff is like the first thing that's actually worked for me. Nothing like topical ever worked for me. I really started thinking about it a few months ago, like, okay, it's time for me to get off this now. But I've been so scared because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what if I start breaking out really bad again? Similarly to, you know, like when I started taking the pill when I think I was 18. I didn't know like what was gonna happen to my body, and I ended up putting on a lot of weight. That's when my boobs grew. They were around like a B before, and then that's when they grew to like double Ds, was when I started the pill. So then when I started taking spironolactone, my body went through like another huge change, and I lost a bunch of weight, and that was the first time that my boobs like seriously deflated. I was kind of nervous to stop taking it, but I basically just ran out of refills, and I'm like, okay, maybe this is just my time to just stop taking it and see what happens, you know? So I stopped taking it about 2 weeks ago, and I've just been kind of waiting like what's gonna happen, because I really just don't know what's gonna happen. And so far, my skin's been doing really well. I feel like my skin looks better right now than it has in a while. Like it feels a little bit more supple and smoother, but you know, it's only been 2 weeks, so who knows what's really gonna happen. I don't know if it's a mental thing, but I feel like I've been having a lot more energy. It might just be a mental thing, I don't know, but I think I've been having more energy. One thing that I have been feeling that I don't really like that much this past couple weeks is been a lot more bloated than normal. So that's one thing that's been different that I'm not too crazy about, but we'll see. If my skin doesn't freak out, then I'm gonna stay off of it and hope for the best. I'm gonna be using a new eyeshadow palette today. This is the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas, a new eyeshadow palette that just came out. I'll do a little spot concealing. I've been loving the Kylie Cosmetics concealer for spot concealing, and also like no makeup. When I say no makeup days, that means like not a full face, okay? It makes my skin look super luminous when I don't put powder on top of it. That's when I really, really like this formula. This is the shade Ivory. You can't tell on my face because my face is really, really fair, but I did hook myself up with a little bit of Loving Tan before an event last week, so my skin on the rest of my body, I'm like much more tan than normal. So I'm gonna be using a different like foundation shade than I would normally use, only because I got a little bit of self-tanner going on. All right, Sassy Siennas. Christmas is coming up in our household this weekend. Oh my gosh. John and I are hosting this year. We're having both of our families over. Should be a lot of fun. Oh, update on my restoration hardware table. Anytime I called restoration hardware client care, like I would literally just get like, we don't know what's going on. And it was so frustrating because I've scheduled that table for delivery 2 different times, and then they just fell off the face of the earth. I'm kind of wondering, like, if I didn't keep calling, would they just forget about me? Like, I don't even know. It was really, like, strange. So I called, and I was just like, girl, like, you gotta help me out here. This is really annoying. I paid for this table almost a month ago. And that did nothing, by the way, when I called. But then I got an email with a survey. And so, you know, I filled out the survey. After I filled out that survey, within 24 hours, I had the actual delivery company calling me, which nobody from the delivery company has called me at all. So that was very promising. And I have a scheduled delivery for Wednesday. The shade's a little bit darker than I thought it was gonna be. It's okay. I've really been trying to channel my inner Jamie Genevieve. I don't know if you guys follow her, but she has like some of the most just amazing smoky eyes. Next time she comes to LA, I'm like, you need to do my makeup. I need to see what it is that you do. This is the middle shade in the palette. These top two ones were like a little bit more corally looking. I love these palettes from Dose. The 5, the mauves one, the browns one. I love them. I love palettes that are smaller like this, rather than like a palette with like 30 shades in it or something. That's kind of like a little bit overwhelming to me. Oh, I just got the Elysee Cosmetics brushes and they are like insanely soft. I could not believe how soft they were. There's a lot of products. I just did a ton of unboxing last night and posting on Instagram stories. There's so many like nice products that just came out. It's like crazy. It's crazy. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the more red shade in the Sienna's palette. This is an Elysee E4 brush. This one's kind of like a pointed blending brush. I'm gonna use this one for a darker shadow, actually. I need to go in with one of my Smith 230 brushes. You see, I have red nails today. Isn't this crazy? I really got over the glitter nails that I had before, like really, really quickly. Once they started growing out, I was like, okay, this has gotta go. I really wanna do like a dark color, like a really, really dark burgundy, like kind of like Sauvage. Wow, this color is so nice. If I had blue eyes right now, you guys would just be shitting yourself. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the Elysee brush into the darkest shade right here. So I started with that shade, then this shade was like the really pretty color that I just added. Now I'm going in with this one. I'm gonna come in a little bit closer. All right, so I finished with the smoking out, but I need a lighter color to come in here and kind of blend this out. So I'm gonna go in with my Melt Cosmetics Blur. This is Blur, right? Yeah, this is such a great shade to kind of melt everything together. I'm also gonna bring it up here. All right, so now what I wanna do is this shade. And just press it in here. What liner? Do I wanna go to Inglot today? I've been using this Estee Lauder one for so long. Ooh, look at this Elysee brush I got. Look at that. Do you see that? That is gonna come in handy for me today. Sometimes I feel like if I act like it's not a big deal when I do my wing, then it won't be a big deal. Oh, so I tried out the Fenty liners last night, the sparkly ones. Wow. They're so cool, like that you rub them and they get sparkly. I actually thought about using one of them today, but here I am. I can't tightline too close on the inner corner because it will just transfer to my lower lid area real quick. John and I, last year was the first year that we did gifts for Christmas. Wasn't it the first year? Yeah. John and I don't really do gifts. We value each other so much, huh?
Why'd you say like that?
But last year we did gifts, and that's when you got me that Switzerland trip.
I murdered it last year.
You did murder it last year. This year, I'm just really excited that my family's gonna be here. John and I are bringing together his family and my family for the first time since our wedding, right? Those of you guys that are married or with a significant other, do you guys blend your families? Do they all hang out all the time? Okay, foundation today. I think I'm gonna move on to foundation before I do my lashes because I don't know what lashes I'm gonna wear. So I recently got sent from NARS their collection of their new foundations, the Natural Radiant Long Wear Foundation. And they look at how, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, look at this. I have 3 different shades in my hand right now that I potentially matched to myself. So this foundation is long wear, radiant finish, full coverage, lightweight. That's like the main thing of what it's supposed to be. So I color matched myself to my Loving Tan color. I matched myself to Stromboli, which is medium with olive undertones, but I'm pretty sure normally I would be Fiji, which is yellow undertones for light to medium complexions. So Stromboli, isn't Stromboli like food?
I think it's a type of pasta.
Or dessert, I think. Can you look? What does Stromboni mean?
It's a loose or adulterous male.
All right, here's Stromboli. It's a little bit golden, but I think once I blend it out, it'll be good. So excited to try out this foundation. What other foundations? Oh, I just ordered this one from QVC. This is the Fiona Styles Luminous Finish Foundation Concentrate. I ordered this one because I saw Carly Bible uses that one and she recommended it because it has more olive undertones. So I was like, oh shit, let me order that. I don't know how the shade is and they don't sell it like anywhere else. So the only place they had it was QVC And I ordered that, and then I went back to see if they had a lighter shade, and it's literally like not available anymore. What's the deal, you know? What's the tea on the Fiona Styles foundation? Ooh, this NARS foundation is looking good, people. Sidebar, I've been ordering like ear cuffs, also from ASOS, because I like the ear art situation, but I don't want to like pierce up here, because I remember when I had piercings up there, they hurt a lot when you sleep. And they just like, you never know how it's gonna heal, you know? Maybe that was like old school piercing, but I just remember like if you ever took it out, it was just a pain in the ass.
Did it hurt when you got pierced?
I remember it hurt when I got pierced right here in that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called, the little nub in your ear, but oh God. That was when I got that pierced when I was working at In-N-Out still, and you weren't allowed to have any piercings. I don't remember what the rule was back then, but you can only have like, I think one earring in each ear, and it had to be like a certain size. I don't know, I didn't really care. I was like, oh, I'll just take it out for work. I got that pierced, and then like a couple days later, I had to take it out for work, and I remember it was just like hella bleeding. Like my ear, yeah, I was like, fuck man, that really hurts. Like I tried to put it back in, and it already closed up after an 8-hour shift.
No way.
Yeah, but I remember at In-N-Out, I used to get in trouble for wearing too much makeup. I was like a junior or senior in high school working at In-N-Out, and that was when I was like really into the NYX eyeshadows. If you guys remember, they were like the little squares with like the little diamond patterns inside, and I would always wear like purple or green eyeshadow. That was my jam, and I would always get in trouble for wearing it.
You should recreate one of those looks.
Should I recreate one of my In-N-Out days makeup looks?
I think that'd be cool.
It'd be a lot of purple and green. I think that was back when I was wearing like the Bare Minerals powder foundation.
You have to use all the same.
No! You guys, I didn't switch to liquid until I was like 20 years old. Now I can't imagine wearing powder foundation. Another thing that I forgot to tell you earlier, before I started taking spironolactone, that medication, I used to have like really oily skin. And then once I started taking it, I didn't have oily skin anymore. My skin's like a little bit drier, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Shit changes or what?
You think you're gonna be different now?
I might be different now, you guys. Like my skin might totally change. I might put on some LBs. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna try this brush. This is the Fenty Beauty brush. I like to call it the paw. I think it's called a paw. 110 foundation brush. I saw in Kathleen Light's video, she uses it for her under eyes. I was like, oh, that's a good idea. I don't know what that little spot is right there. I actually really liked applying the Fenty foundation with this brush. It gave like a really nice coverage. And then I saw Kathleen use this and I was like, oh, let me try that out. Like, what if my dry patches under my eyes go away? Like, if my under eyes are just hella hydrated.
What if you start liking me again?
What if I start liking you again? I don't know if it has that much of an effect.
Hey.
All right, we're all blended out here. Let me show you guys this Patrickstarrr MAC powder. So I used this the other night when I went to the Dose of Colors holiday party, and I was like literally looking like, oh my God, this looks so good. It's called Patrick's Powder. It's like a kind of more of like a bright peachy color, and it looks so nice. I'm gonna take my beauty blender into some of this powder. Right on the inner corners is where I do it with the beauty blender. And then the rest of the under eye just gets it patted on. But it looked so bright. I did it on Instagram Live, and I was like, wow, this looks really good. And I am picky AF about my under eyes. But can you see it brightening like even more? Just that peach tone that it has. So far, I'm loving this NARS foundation as well. Okay, so now I'm just gonna dust off excess Patrick powder. It's been a few minutes. But can you see how it just added like a little bit of peach brightening? And when I investigated my under eyes, I was really impressed that it didn't look super dry, because especially just with how dry my skin has been lately, I really like that powder so far. And I wanna try this. This is the Bobbi Brown highlighting powder in the shade Moon Glow. I'm gonna use this one. Kylie Jenner number 3 brush, which I know everybody's talking about right now for how crazy expensive they are. This one's not as bright, like as a Fuego situation, but it's still really pretty. Adds a nice glow to the skin. I think once I set it, or if I added a little Fix Plus, I think it would be popping. Ooh, here we go. A little Fix Plus on here. All right, now it's time to hook myself up with some brows, because I deserve it. I deserve to have brows on, okay?
You've earned it.
I have earned it. All right, so coming in with my Benefica brow. I did, since my brow tutorial that I posted, I believe over the summer, I've changed my shape a little bit on my brows, giving myself a little bit more of an arch situation. I plucked a little bit more down here, and I bring the front part down a little bit lower than what I used to. but the brow shape is ever evolving for me. But I do like to have just a little bit more of an arch. Soap time. This is what makes like the big old difference right here. It makes me look like I have way more brow hair than I do. It's so satisfying. Hey, a little Laura Geller Sun Swept. It got really pink right there. What I'm gonna do is take a little bit of setting powder, diffuse, lightweight. That's my move when I put on too much blush, which happens all the time as I put on more blush. But now I'm putting on apricot, Ofra apricot, something a little bit lighter. Yeah, I want to put some of this on my cheeks as well. Lancome Dual Finish Highlighter, Radiant Rose Gold. Just gonna add a little bit of this onto the tops of the cheeks. It's kind of like a glowy blush. I was thinking about doing a like best and worst of 2017 makeup. Like last year I did best of 2016. I don't remember if I did like makeup that came out that year or like just makeup in general. But now I'm like, okay, if I do like a best of, it has to be like stuff that came out this year. Because it's like my second video now, you know? I did use, I think it was for the Dose of Colors party, I also used Patrick's, both of his eyeshadow quads. And I really like the way that turned out. And there's this Smashbox pencil that I've been using in my waterline. It's like a dark gray, oh here it is, Shark, complete with concealer stuck on the side. But I've really been liking it in the waterline instead of like a black or a dark brown. You know what? I really liked that rose gold highlight, so I'm gonna put that on the inner corner. I was like, I want something on the inner corner, but not something like, you know, I want it to go with the vibe, not be like gold. So this is rose gold. I think this is gonna look, oh yeah. Right? A little rose gold action up in there.
A rose gold story?
A rose gold story, yes, John. My queen bees were on their last leg, and I was pulling the glue off, and I low-key ripped it apart, and I said, not today. Put it back together. Where are you going? You gotta drop another deuce?
I think I shit out my skeleton.
John! Stop. Nobody needs to know that.
I think I found my keys. Here's another question for the people. Do you talk about your movements with your spouse? Some people are open
Yeah.
with their movements. Some people are in the same room while their partner's having a movement.
Yeah.
And they talk.
Hashtag, do you talk about your movements with your significant other? I like how this glue says do not freeze. My duo glue? I don't know, but it makes me want to freeze it. It's time for another mascara movement. My top and bottom lashes are sticking together. Shit drives me crazy. You see it? This is Americano. Do you like it?
I do.
I love Americano.
It's hard to tell with like how many stains are on your lips.
Oh.
You gotta get that thing clean.
I tried on like a berry one and it was just, I was like, oh shit, I know this is about to stain. It's been a minute since I've worn this shade. I love this color.
You're gonna move your fucking mirror out of the way or you're gonna leave it there?
John, is this too dark? All right, so I had to ditch the lip liner. It was a mess. It was not the right color, but I love Americano. I miss this shade so much. So that's pretty much it. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to party now. Check me out. I love this eyeshadow palette, Sassy Siennas. Beautiful. I love Dose of Colors matte formulas. They're amazing. So I am ready for the day. That wraps up my get ready with me. Turbo is pacing around like crazy right now. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching. No. You gotta drop a deuce or what?
Oh, why you gotta...
Can you take me higher? That's what I'm talking about. Fuck. I can't open this. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star. Okay.